Welcome to GA103, Graphic Design Fundamentals. In this presentation, we will be covering what is graphic design, basic principles of design, fundamental design principles, and elements of design.
The golden rectangle or golden mean are part of the fundamental basis of scale. You can construct a golden rectangle by starting with a square. Then find the center of the square by drawing intersecting lines through opposite corners as shown in the gray X. From here, draw a vertical line through the intersecting point of the X. In page layout and according to the golden section, the width of the page should be proportional to its depth by a ratio of 2 to 3. Example: a 6 by 9 inch page with a ratio of 2 to 3, the text should cover an area of 4 by 6 inches. We find the golden section not only in design but also in nature. Here we see the golden ratio in this flower. The golden ratio, or golden mean, can be found in everything from human anatomy to a nautilus shell, butterflies, insects, plants, and flowers. Here we see the golden mean applied to architecture. We saw these examples earlier. Emphasis is a big part of supporting the principles of design. The next support principle we will review is rhythm. Rhythm is the alternating occurrence of form, space, and movement of elements as manifested through the eye of the viewer. In example A, the rhythm pattern that the typography establishes in this poster is echoed in the treatment of the line below. In example B, a diagrammatic breakdown gives us a more basic representation of this rhythm. This poster is designed by Wolfgang Weinhardt. The next two support principles to review are proximity and repetition. Proximity is the position and space given to placement of elements in a composition. Repetition follows a regular pattern of related or juxtaposed elements. The elements used in the design work together because we have a natural tendency to connect and group objects. The two distinct elements are perceived as one concept. Even though we are looking at two very different representations of these children, we understand the meaning. There are many times that we see repetition in design and nature. This repetition is often applied to items like art and wallpaper. We will now look at the elements of design. They include design components, formal elements, shape and space, line, size, and color. Here we see two distinct shapes. In the first one, the M shape activates the space in design by creating movement on both a vertical and horizontal scale. In the second image, the perspective and shape of the room in the middle dissects the space and makes it more engaging. Line is used here to create not only movement in design, but to allow us to understand the importance of each element and visually enforce the hierarchy. In this identity package, a variety of shapes are demonstrated here of not only the identity, but the pattern of the various shapes within the design. Color can impact not only our emotions, but also the psychological impact of a piece. Color can tell us if a design is meant to be serious or funny. The last two elements we will review are texture and typography. Texture is the quality and characteristics of a surface. Typography is the function is shape, texture, point, and line. In addition, the type contains verbal meaning. In this image, we see a variety of textures. We see handwritten type, the notebook texture, and the texture of the paper as it has been worn over time. In these two designs, typography is the driving force behind the dynamic nature of these designs. They add to the personality and purpose of each design. This concludes our lecture. Today we discussed design fundamentals. We looked at what is graphic design, the basic principles of design, the fundamental principles of design, and the elements of design. This concludes our presentation.